Hello, everyone. Back from Airsoft, and oh my gosh, this news has been buzzing around in my head this morning and also right now. I cannot believe that Sony actually went through with shutting down Bluepoint games. They gave us really good stuff, they really did. The Demon Souls remake was absolute fire. I know some people might say it's soulless. It's a soulless remake. I think it was pretty real. I think it was pretty good. It was really good. The sound design, everything was just the game was still the same. You know, they might have tweaked a few things here and there, but overall, awesome remake. Shadow of the Colossus. Oh my goodness, I finally got to play it for once. And I played the remake. And I just cannot believe the news that's been coming out with how Bloodborne was on the table. Bloodborne was on the table. Bluepoint pitched it to Sony. They wanted to do it, and it just got rejected 3 times in a row. And then Sony decided to pull the plug. It's very unfortunate, and I hope. But the thing I'm more concerned about is I really do hope the developers at Bluepoint, I hope they find a place in other companies. It would suck to know that they have nowhere else to go. I really hope Sony puts them in proper spaces to keep making awesome things and letting them just flourish in the industry. I really hope. That's the bigger concern, honestly. Of course, my heart is still there for Bloodborne, the remake. It could have happened. One thing I've noticed as well is that apparently From Software had a say in whether the remake would happen or not, and apparently From Software didn't want Bluepoint to touch Bloodborne. I guess because From Software would rather remake it themselves, because they could probably think of other ways to revamp the game, or hell, even just maybe do a sequel if they had a full rights to it. But I really don't see why From Software would be against it. I guess they just... Well, to be fair, Miyazaki has come out and said that, hey, Bloodborne is like his most favorite passion project that he's ever done for all the games that have come out in the past 10 years. Or, actually, it's been longer than that now. Bloodborne's 11 years old, but basically ever since Souls was a thing, he even said himself that, Bloodborne is like his favorite, and I guess he just wants to hold on to it as just like an untouched piece of art unless From Software has a way of remaking it themselves. And if so, Sony, just give the IP to Bloodborne. I mean, give the IP to FromSoft, just please. Or just get them back on board. But I guess it's because From Software doesn't want it to be exclusive, which is bullshit because they're doing the Dusk Bloods, which is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. That's like Bloodborne. So they clearly don't have a problem with doing an exclusive. They clearly don't have a problem with it, and it's gonna... If that is true, that From Software was against this remake happening for Bloodborne because of some reason about like exclusivity, I'm just gonna say that's dumb. That's so dumb and hypocritical because they're doing Dusk Bloods with a deal with Nintendo. So it wouldn't make sense for them to like say one thing like, oh, no, it'll be exclusive. It'll be a PlayStation exclusive. We don't want that happening. Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. Yeah, let's do it. It's a bad situation all around. It could have happened. Bloodborne could have happened. And Dusk Bloods, well, who is buying a Nintendo Switch 2 just to play the Dusk Bloods? The Dusk Bloods is Bloodborne Night Rain. It's mainly multiplayer, which, I'm sorry, but when I play a Souls game, I'm there for, the single player experience because I don't need multiplayer. I have real life to go meet people. So, I don't need this multiplayer aspect, which is why I haven't played Night Rain. It does seem cool. I will say, Night Rain for Elden Ring does seem really cool, but the single player experience is like what makes Souls games so great, And to have another game being Dusk Bloods, being just a seamless co-op like Night Rain, and also being exclusive, it's like I like the gothic thing for Dusk Bloods, but I just want more Bloodborne, dude. Like this could have been so awesome. And releasing on PS5. Seriously, we do not need to wait for the PS6 to come out. And whoever buys a PS6, my condolences. It's fine to we should just stop at the 5 and just keep developing games for the 5, okay? I'm just saying, that's just me. But something needs to happen. Something really needs to happen. Maybe get another studio in and just somehow make a deal with FromSoft. Make some kind of compromise. Sony, please. I mean, this would be a great thing to have. This would be such a great thing to have. And it seemed like Sony was okay with it. They were receptive to the idea of a Bloodborne remake. It seems like it's From Software, which I would not have expected for them to be against it. They are against it, apparently, from what we see right now. And if more things come out, if more like news develops about like who is actually at fault for this, because, you know, I think a lot of us are flustered and want to point the finger at somebody, it's still hard to wrap my head around FromSoft being against it. They could have collabed with Bluepoint to be like, okay, we like what you're doing here, but we have to retain the creative vision and the actual soul of the artistic soul of the original game. Because I will say, there have been good arguments about how Bluepoint, when they up the graphics and they up the lighting and everything, they actually kind of lose the atmosphere of the games that they remake. So it would be nice for them to have. They could have freaking collabed on it. That would have been awesome. But I guess not. I don't know. Something needs to happen. I want another Bloodborne style game. If it can't take place in the Bloodborne universe, give me something, please. The fast-paced, gothic, beast hunting, destroying cosmic gods. That is all like so awesome. Like, please. We need more of that, okay? I think there are some other like spin-off games on PlayStation that I should probably get around to going. I think Thymesia is finally on there on PlayStation, so I should just go for that. But I'm running out of time. Video's getting pretty long, so I'm just gonna stop right there, y'all. I mean, it's just a bad situation all around. I really think there could have been other ways to go about this. Who knows what the communication was like between Sony, Bluepoint, and From Software. But honestly, the biggest thing, honestly, is just I hope the developers find a spot. They find a place in other Sony studios where they can allow their artistic endeavors to flourish. I think that's honestly more important than just getting a remake or hell, even a remaster of Bloodborne. The actual well-being of the developers and them pursuing what they want to pursue, that's more important. So let's all hope that they can find a new spot under new studios. Unless they all go make up their own studio. I don't know. I mean, who knows? But I wish the best for them. They have a lot of good talent. They really do. So, best of luck to all of them. And let's just see what happens down the road within the next few days. Maybe more news will be coming out. And let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay awesome.